I've always said I won't really do like top 10 or a top 5 or something because trying to pick just a few items out of all of the stuff that's actually in the game would be a pain to do. But I've kind of caved this year simply because I was thinking about it and I actually originally had a hell of a good idea for this, but as usual, I didn't write it down. So, what I'm going to do for this is it'll be a top 5, but it's not going to be top 5 melee, or top 5 primary, top 5 secondary. It's just going to be a top 5 weapons of 2015. That is, for this, it's one of each. So I'm gonna say the best of each, but it's not. It's just which ones I preferred from all of them. So the best primary, the best secondary, best shotgun, best melee, and that's when I came across a slight problem. So there's only four types of weapon, really, isn't there? So picking a fifth, avoiding Arcwing because there are better weapons than the Arcwing weapons. The best Arcwing weapons are the ones you start with your Dunter anyway, so that would be a waste of time. So picking a fifth was a bit of a pain, but I got there eventually. Number 5 has simply got to be the Broken War. When it came to melee weapons, there are way too many to choose from this year and that have been really nice. I mean, the what's it called, Ninkondo were amazing. The twin boss alk was really nice. The Myos was insanely fun. The dual Kame Prime was amazing. The War, yes, I didn't forget that exists, was good, but I have my explanation as to why I prefer the Broken War to the War coming in the next, well, in early in the new year. It's actually recorded, I just haven't got around to actually editing it yet because it's going to be a pain. Plus, it's full of spoilers, so I'm trying to postpone it as long as possible. Number 4, for holding its own for primaries, has got to be the Cyanide Simulator. I looked at other ones. I mean, I really wanted the Telos Boltor. Yeah, I really wanted that one because at first I thought I was going to be amazing, but it really wasn't. So it was a choice between the Cyanide Simulator and the Raktas Cernos, just because the fire rate on that thing is amazing. But it was. I have no excuse for this other than when it comes to it being number 4 or the best of the primaries for the year, if you want to call it that, it's simply because it's the most improved weapon. The Simulator was. I don't want to say it was a joke, but it wasn't that useful. The Cyanide Simulator was just a beast. It is just really effective, and it was really deserving of its place here because it was such a huge improvement over its standard counterpart. And I'm trying to ignore primes for this as well, though to be honest there hasn't been any primary. No, there hasn't, has there? Any primaries, any primary primes this year? No, the Soma. But no, Cyanide Simulator just, it was the most improved for the year. Number 3, when it came to the secondaries, it simply had to be the Sonocore. Everybody uses this thing. It is everywhere. I mean, the Angstrom was amazing. I used that thing for an insane amount of time. Then the Coalstar came out, and that was very useful. Ignoring, of course, the Syndicate style weapons because they came out last year. Oh, the Nucor was fun to use. There was so many good secondaries that came out. It was kind of a choice here between, it would either have to be the Talons, which just have insane range, the Twin Grakatas, and the Sonocore, and the Sonocore just wins this hands down. I kind of wish I'd done this 3 years ago because then the Twin Vipers may have stood a chance of winning anything, but these days the Twin Vipers are just not useful anymore. But the Sonocore, it knocks them down, it knocks them over, it pushes them back. former it a few times, it might actually start to kill them. And it was just, it is definitely the best secondary of 2015, just without a question of a doubt. And in my mind, anyway, these are all simply down to my opinion here. In number 2, it had to be the Vacor Heck. I was looking at all other shotguns. The Sancti Tigris is an amazing shotgun, but it's just let down by the fact it only has 2 rounds. And because it only has 2 rounds, and being a huge fan of the original Heck, yeah, there was no real competition in this. It was Vacor Heck for the win, because it comes with 8 rounds, solving the Heck's biggest problem of only having 4. Set up correctly, you can have up to like 18 rounds in this thing. Running it with 13 works really well, because you just basically spam fire the heck out of it. Oh no, the heck puns. It's a heck of a good weapon to make heck puns out of as well, which is always fun. And I just can't fault the weapon, apart from the colour scheme on it can be kind of weird at times. But when it comes to shotguns that have been released this year, even after all the buffs and everything, it just annihilates all. And the 8 rounds just took the problem with the normal heck and annihilated it, making this one heck of a good weapon. Which now leaves me with a heck of a problem. I told you it was a good gun to make puns out of. Not on purpose, but anyway. What to put in number 1? We've had a melee weapon, had a primary, secondary, shotgun. What other kind of weapon is there? Because, should I just make this a top 4? No, I do actually have, and people will strongly disagree with this, something for number 1. In first place, it has to be Artemis Bow. This is Nezha's 4th ability, so it's not really classed as any kind of weapon, but it is. It benefits from power strength from the Warframe, power efficiency from the Warframe. It also benefits from rifle mods like status chance, multi-shot, crit damage, punch through, fire rate. It doesn't say anywhere it benefits from serration. It's mainly puncture, and with the multi-shot in there, it'll shoot 13 arrows. It's just a beast. And I'm 90% sure that Mesa came out in 2014. Even if she came out this year, Peacemaker would not have been counted anywhere in this, because you stand still and shoot. At least with Artemis Bow, you can run round, and it's a weapon that Ivara pulls out. So it's still technically a weapon. It's not a primary, it's not a secondary, it's not a shotgun, it's not a bow, oh, that's what I could have done as a 5th. Well, technically I did. It's still a bow, it's the best bow, but it's not a bow, it's actually an ability for Ivara. So, just hands down, has to be the best ability of all the Warframes that came out this year. What were they? Atlas, Chroma, and then there's Ivara, Wukong, Nezha, ignoring primes still. Oh no, that can't be right. That's 5 frames. I'm got to be missing somebody here, I just have to be. But anyway, I would still say Artemis Bow had to be the winner of the best weapon of 2015, because it benefits from so many different mods that made it so much better.